Hey, well, greetings, folks. Ed Downs here for Nirvana Systems and Fulgent Technologies, and really glad you took the time this morning to learn about X Suite, our latest product for MetaStock. In this fairly quick demonstration, I'm going to show you everything about X Suite, about our relationship with MetaStock, and how our products integrate seamlessly in the MetaStock platform. So again, thank you so much for coming today. Market's pretty crazy out there. Lots going on. It's a good time to trade right now. We love that volatility. Oh yeah. So here we go. Okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. And this is like the 15-second tour. So don't worry, not too long on it, but I just want you to kind of know where we come from and the backing that we have going way back to the 80s, if you can believe it. So I founded this company called Nirvana Systems back in 1987, and I'm an engineer by training. Have all those degrees and all that stuff, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, all those things. But I really love doing is automating things. It just makes me happy. I can't explain it. So when I was working my engineering job, I was trading, and I realized that I wasn't being very consistent. I needed better tools, and most of all, I needed automation. So I established Nirvana Systems for the purpose of developing automated technology for traders. And we've ended up doing pretty much every flavor of that you can imagine, all the way from websites that can trade to, platforms and even artificial intelligence. So that's our start. But right after I started the company, we started making these automation plugins for different programs. And one of the programs we worked for or built them for is MetaStock. And honestly, that was fun. MetaStock is a great piece of software. It was actually really good back in 1992 and 91 when we were making those utilities. Steve Akalis, the president of MetaStock, worked with me and said, "Yeah, those are great. Let's provide those for our customers." So we did, and we've had this warm, fuzzy relationship ever since with these people. They are awesome. Really proud to work with them, and we've done quite a bit with them since then over the years. More recently, what I decided to do with our artificial intelligence technology and our strategies was to create this company called Fulgent Technologies. And it really is a place where people that are trading in other platforms like MetaStock can come and get assets that we have built in our company at Nirvana for their platform. So that's really what Fulgent.ai is. And yes, there are AI software in there. There's also strategies in there. They're not specifically AI, but they are very good. They're built on sound technical analysis principles. And so that's what we'll be talking about today with the X Suite. I do want to point out that in partnership with MetaStock, we have built a couple of programs that are available in their store. They are only available from MetaStock because we built them for MetaStock. And this is Fulgent AI for MetaStock, and also, which is an AI engine, and then also the chart pattern recognition engine. So, if you go over and look at the partners and look for Fulgent, and you'll see those in there. They're great programs as well. But today we're going to be talking about this one that we just released from MetaStock. We're super excited about. It's very straightforward. It really is very simple how you use it, but it is super powerful, folks. I mean, this thing is really good. So we are going to go in right now and look at that. All right, so this is basically shows the concept. So what we're doing with this is using indicators to find places where a chart is statistically likely to reverse. This is called a reversion to mean kind of a strategy, and it's just a well-known fact that when charts pull back a certain amount, that there's like a spring formed. They will almost, I'd say 80% of the time, will spring back the other way, and that's where you get your move. So we use different indicators to determine where these reversion opportunities are. This particular one was found by the Arun oscillator. We also use money flow index, price rate of change, stochastics, and the ultimate oscillator. That's Williams ultimate oscillator. So these are 5 different indicators that form the 5 experts that are in the X Suite. So it's the expert suite, the X Suite. And we do a lot of testing here, a lot of back testing. It's very important that you understand how well a system has performed. And on that score, I'm going to show you something in MetaStock that's going to blow you away on the system testing part in just a minute here. But we do a lot of this with our stuff at Nirvana. And so we've tested all of these strategies. And this is on the website. It's Fulgent.ai. /X-Suite for MetaStock. So these stats are on there, but it's very difficult to get a trading strategy to generate performance like this, especially the Arun is sort of the king of these. It really is generating that 84% accuracy. And you can just use that one by itself if you want to. But the real power of this is to combine all these experts together and have them each look for their particular thing, whether it's a stochastics basis for a reversion, price rate of change is a very good oscillator. So we just kind of let them all hunt out there, but you can specialize and just use 2 or 3 of them once you get used to it. And we provide facilities for that in the package for MetaStock. So getting on to this, let's just talk about historical simulations, and this is another view of it. It's not a statistical view like we just saw. It is an actual equity curve based on simulated trading. So this curve was generated. This is the X-Suite, all of those experts trading the stocks in the S&P 100 at 5% of the account per trade. And you can see just how well, look at this, here's the crash, 08. Even the recent one in March was barely touched in the strategies. They held their own. They know when not to trade. There's filters in there that prevent, trading something like this. So it's just amazing performance over all that time. Very, very, very consistent. And if you're trading with a strategy, getting the signals from a strategy to trade with, you want that. You want to know that you have a probability. And with this, it's like around 75 to 85% of having the next trade profitable if you just follow it mechanically, which means you take the trade at the signal, you go through it until it says exit, and then you get out. So that it has that high of an accuracy if you, historically, this historical simulation, and also, this was actually, the strategy was built back in here, so it's got lots of forward data here that it never saw before. So all of this recent data is really, awesome how well that worked. But so anyway, mechanically, very, 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 very profitable. Okay, so let's move on now and talk about this product for MetaStock. So we built it at Nirvana to power our platforms over here, to plug into our platforms. And like I say, Fulgent Technologies was created to take these great pieces of software, strategies primarily, artificial intelligence, that kind of stuff, out to the users of other platforms. And my favorite is, as you can imagine from the relationship I have with these people, is MetaStock. I love the MetaStock software. It is truly awesome. And so we are very familiar with it. We know how to make things work in it. And X-Suite supports all of the primary assets in the MetaStock Power Console. So that includes the chart template with the expert advisor shown, also explorations to find signals today on the whole market if you want to, but it'll run whatever you want to run it on, and then the system tester, which I'm very enthused to show you here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and start and look at charts. I'm going to go ahead and bring up MetaStock here. And this is the Power Console, has all those things on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with a starting symbol here and say, open that chart. And it will come up and show it to me. Now, this is analog devices. And right away, you can see these are named like XPRC, XAROSC for the Arun oscillator, XULT for the ultimate oscillator. And you can get the idea of what this is doing. It's looking for a pullback that is significant enough that you probably have a reversion right there. And again, it's all about the statistics and the probabilities of these things happening. In this case, every one of these was really great. Let's go to the next chart here. Let's go through a bunch of these and just kind of show you what they look like. So again, how does it know right there? Go and zoom in on that a little bit here. Easier to see it if I do. How does that thing know that you're going to have that happen? Well, it doesn't know, but it's looked at thousands and thousands and thousands of situations like this. And it knows that when you have a pullback like that, the chances of it turning around and going back the other way, unless the market's tanking, are really, really high. And so it says, yep, my oscillator right here says that's a really good place to go long. And so, usually 3 to 5 bars later, you get the actual exit. So here's some more. Again, you come down, it signals, you get in at the open of this bar here, boom, and you're getting out there. So that's kind of why it's so powerful, because of over massive testing, we have determined that this approach to trading reversions is really, really good. All right, Let me go ahead and back out a little bit here. Let's just go through a bunch of charts, and you can just kind of see these things firing. And so one thing I'll mention, when you install Fulgent, there's a little engine in the background running that does all this work. It's a thing that installs with the software, but it's all seamless. You just install it, it's there, and it does all this. All I do is apply the template to the chart, and there it is. So there's really nothing you have to do to get what you're seeing here, the signals, and then the expert advisor. Let's go ahead and talk about what the expert advisor is doing. If I click anywhere, see, here's a signal, here's the exit. If I click anywhere in the middle of those two, it's going to tell me that that's the Arun oscillator, the AROSC-C system, which is based off the Arun oscillator indicator. And it's telling me here that I have also oh, never mind, that's the signal I'm on, sorry about that. Okay, so if I do not place the cursor in the chart, it'll tell me if there's a signal on the right edge just by default, but I had put it in the chart. So anyway, there's no signal on the right edge on this chart. Okay, let's go and go forward here and let her come up. Okay, so you get, again, comes down, whoa, comes down, whoa. I like the whoa part. Just really fun to see these charts doing this. Here's Disney. Let's see what we got here. So nice one here. Again, it's coming down. So it goes down a little bit the next day. It's still in a reversion point. It turns there, pulls back, goes sideways about 3 days, and then makes the move, and that's where it gets out. So sometimes there's some patience with these. What I tell people using any software like this is, if you want to wait for the reversion, you can. This is telling you that it's right, it's going to happen. I mean, 80% chance that you're going to have a turn right there very soon. Usually it's the next bar. Like this one, boom, next bar up. Okay, this one took a couple, and then it took off. So, and they're not all profitable, like I said, 75 to 80% accurate, but again, the statistics kind of bear it out, over time. Here's one here, same thing. Let's see, eBay. Oh yeah, eBay's cooking. So again, you can just kind of see this. We had a big gap down. Mr. Arun says, oh, that's just too much, folks. You pull back too far. The market's going to see that, it's going to react to it, it's going to buy it right there. So boom, and the same for these other signals. Okay, and this one did not work out. This one was stopped out down here when it came down a little too far. Now you notice it did actually revert, and it did right here too. It just got in a situation where it turned down a little too quickly after reversion. But if you'd been patient, but anyway, the strategy is set to look at certain things and trade a certain way. But once you get used to this, there's probably ways that you'll apply it that are just a little different, because everybody sees different things in the market, which is good. And again, you can just see it's coming down, go up, they come down, they go up. Lots of profitable trades through here. Let's look at CLAC. Okay, oh yeah, so CLAC straight down, boom, gets out there, straight down, a day later takes off, gets out there, straight down. You got 2 days to wait before the reversion right there. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. And you're probably thinking, as good as this is, it's probably real expensive. It's not. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute here, but it's just, you don't see many strategies for sale that have this kind of performance. It's pretty rare. All right, let's see, microchip. I'll do a few more of these. So this one, again, you can see that oversold right there, and boom. Okay, same here, boom. It doesn't actually go boom, but I like to say it anyway. There you go. So that's quite a few examples. We'll do maybe a couple more here. Nike. These are all stocks in the NASDAQ 100 and the Dow 30. So again, you can see these reversions happening. Then we got one very close to the right edge here. Okay, so that's pretty good sampling of what the trades look like and why they're so powerful. So let's go ahead and go back here, because I want to show you the next thing in MetaStock that is really great. I love this feature, because what you want to do, like today, we've got a pretty good market reversion right now. And when you have the market falling like it is, you kind of want to wait for it to stabilize before taking reversion signals. That's just one of the helpful things about trading these. It is trying to filter that out to the best it can, but you can see it. You can see, NASDAQ down like crazy and stuff. So you wait a little bit, but if it's a normal market, just kind of going, normal market up and down like this, then you're looking for those reversions on individual stocks, and you're going to find a lot to look at. So let's look at the exploration feature in MetaStock. It's very powerful. I'm going back to my Power Console and going to explore. By the way, if you haven't seen MetaStock before, if you're just kind of curious about this, there is a free trial available for MetaStock and the data. So, and it's great. You just go there, sign up for it, you get it, you can play with MetaStock. You can put this, Fulgent X Suite strategy suite in there, expert suite, and see what it's like. But it's really easy to use. Here's the exploration. I'm going to say, look, I am exploring for signals today in Fulgent X Suite. Now you'll notice I can do the Arun, I can do MFI, PRC, STO, and ULT individually. So if I just want those signals individually, or just a couple of them, I can check those and get those by themselves. We do that because people tend to like certain aspects of these strategy suites. So that's why that's there. But it's just a really nice feature of how the Explorer was implemented. And I think I've already selected about, let's see, the NASDAQ 100. I checked that. And again, with Reuters data, you've got the world. I mean, I don't know, you may be in another country or something. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If there's a stock market, their data handles it, and it's really cheap. So just saying, if you're in wherever, Dubai, Bombay, doesn't matter where you are, this is the platform for you if you want to trade international markets, because it's just all there. I have turned on the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and I'm saying load 500 records to do the exploration. That's really more than I need, but we'll just go ahead and leave it at 500, and I'll say start. And the great thing about this is that MetaStock is very quick. It's running the X Suite. All 5 experts on those 530 stocks, 500 or 600 stocks. I guess there's 530 because there's overlap between those 2 indexes, right? The NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500 has overlap. So it's going to go through all those, and we're going to finish here. It's getting there really quick. Okay, this is actually the longest we're going to have to wait for the program today. It's what, maybe 20 seconds, I don't know, 30. Okay, it's almost done. All right, go, 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 go. Give me some signals, man. That's what I'm waiting for. Okay, bingo. So here is the result down here, and you can see it says long, short, in short, bars, and if there's an exit code, the closing price. So if I click on long, it will bring those long signals to the top. So it's got, and I can move this over a little bit. We won't do too many of these, but just to show you what it does. So Ball Corp, if I double click that, what you're going to see here is there's that reversion. Look at that beautiful reversion right there, XULT. Like I say, the market's kind of been weak here, so I'd give it, a little bit, maybe trade the first sign of moving up from there, just because of the market. We're a very unusual market. So, okay, another one here, beautiful reversion. So I can just go through these and decide which ones I want to trade. That's a really nice one there, a very smooth reversion. That's actually a really good signal. Now, the other thing that you can do with this, the signals happen and then they're traded, right? But what if you didn't get it on the day of the signal? Well, that's okay, because we're going to show you the signals that happened yesterday and the day before and the day before that. All you do is click on the in long column, or actually you can click on the bars. Well, let's see, in long, let's do that. And here it is. These are ones. That means there is an in long trade. This one's been in for 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars, 2 bars, 5 bars, 2 bars, 4 bars. Now, why do you care about that? Let me go ahead and sort on bars here. So this one's been in trade for 5 bars. What I can do is just look to see what's happening with that signal, because often, like we said, they kind of can go sideways for a little bit before they revert. Look at this one. It is really poised because the signal fired because of the market right now. It's pulled down back some, but it's starting to revert back up. So these signals here can be, very, very good prospecting signals, because it's showing you things that have not quite turned, but the prediction is there for the turn. That's XULT, and you got support over here. You can use other chart things too, of course, which you should do. There's support right there, and it's just starting to move up today. Dang, that's pretty nice. Okay, so go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go back to my slides because I want to show you the last thing here we're going to talk about today in MetaStock, which is actually my favorite. You're going to see why in about 2 shakes here. But the system tester in MetaStock will test systems that are embedded in the software. And they have a lot that they provide, a bunch of experts that are based on like Bollinger Bands and stochastics and MACD, and they're just built right in. So what I'm going to do here, and you can of course do this with any. If you have MetaStock and you have a lot of experts in there from other companies, you can test them against the Fulgent X Suite the way I'm about to. So let me go ahead and bring up that real quick here. The system tester right there. Again, this stuff is all simple. So what I did is I checked every expert, the Chan momentum, the directional movement. Here's ours, Fulgent AI X Suite. MACD expert, momentum expert. Any more down here? And a stochastic oscillator expert. None of them are optimized. You know, if you turn on an optimized system, it's going to optimize to the test period. And that's, I'm not going to say it's cheating. It's a good thing to do if you want good numbers to trade later, but you can't do that to do a system test. Ours are not optimized at all. So you need to just pick the non-optimized experts to get a good test. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. All right, and it goes through them and boom, it is done, folks. That's how long that took. Over a year of data. Here's the fun part. Here's the results. Here's, you know, losses, 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 losses. Who do you think that is? Let's take a guess. Let me go ahead and sort these to the top. And the winner is, oops, gotta go in here. Sorry, wrong sort. Fulgent AI X Suite. Generated, it says average a net profit $1,000, average gain 1%, which is in line with the historical statistics, and best profit, you know, 3,500. Worst loss is, it's got the best worst loss of all of those. So there you go. And we find that, you know, we test these things against existing stuff out there, and this is what happens because we've been doing this for 30 years. I mean, we kind of know what's going on out there with this stuff. So that's why it's so